Hi guys, I'm Raquel and I'm here to show you guys a really quick tutorial on how I like to highlight and contour. Really quickly, I'm just going to start by applying the concealer to my under eyes, my chin, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. I really love this concealer for many reasons. One, because it's blendable. It's really easy to blend this concealer. It's inexpensive and you get a lot for the money that you pay. So this is a really good concealer, especially for my girls out there who are on a budget. Next, I just like to let that concealer sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then before I blend it out, I like to use my MAC Prep and my MAC Prep and Prime. I bought this like years ago, like 2 years ago, but I still use this all the time. I still have not run out. So before I start blending my concealer out from under my eyes, I'm going to mix two powders together. Before, I really like to use the Ben Nye banana powder, but up until very recently I started blending that Ben Nye powder with the Laura Mercier powder. I just really love the finish of the two combined. Definitely the Ben Nye on its own is amazing, but I do find that I like the finish better when I combine the two, so that's what I'm just doing here. And when I blend out my concealer, I'm starting from the bottom and I'm moving up so that I just get a more flawless, seamless finish. And as you can tell, I do like to set one eye first and then blend the other eye out and set the other. I find that doing my makeup that way, I don't crease at all. And I just find this technique to be very effective, especially if I'm going to be wearing makeup all day. I don't want to be looking too creasy under my eyes, so I just like to set one side first and then move on to the other. Today I'm using the Real Techniques Beauty Blender. It's not quite like the original Beauty Blender, but it still gets the job done and I still use this every single day. Moving on, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my chin, my nose, and my laugh lines. I find that when I do this little face hair, I don't get any creases in my laugh lines as well. So I do like to set there. Not too much, but just, make sure I put powder there so I do not crease. And I'm also going to place that powder on my cheeks as well, just so that I can have a smooth and clean contour. For my next magic trick, I just like to use the Black Radiance contour palette, and I like to buff this powder. Well, I take that brown shade and buff that powder all around the perimeter of my face. Right after that, I just go in with that darker shade, and I keep the darker shade concentrated towards the top of that contour. I don't want to drag it too far down, but I do want it to be a little deep on the cheek. Coming down to the final steps, I just like to take my MAC powder. This powder matches my face. It's a little dark right now because I haven't really got my good deep brown tan that I usually do when the summer comes, and I take this powder and I buff that all over the face. I just find that just using this powder really just brings my skin tone back and I don't look as ghostly. So I just use this powder to just buff it, and I just keep buffing it on my cheeks to sweep away that powder. I buff it on my forehead, under my eyes. I just buff it everywhere so that it's nice and smooth and there's a clean finish. And lastly, I'm just gonna add a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlight, and of course some lashes, a little bit of eyeshadow, and some lipstick, and I am finito. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. To me, this is really simple and easy. I hope I explained everything well for you guys, and I hope you go ahead and practice after this. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely leave them down below and I will be glad to answer them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of my face and more tutorials from me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.